First sound.
Success.
Alright. Now that that glitch is done with. Start my quest for blood in the morning. Okay, what have you been up to over here first?
Alright, so I built another gazebo that looks like crap. But the point is, I'm just gonna get rid of this. I don't like having things in my way. So, these are the machines I just built. Over here are magnetic dynamos. If you right click on one, you'll see the interface. It's actually really simple. In the middle is a little battery internal. Each one of these can store 40,000 RF by themselves, which really isn't very much. On the right hand side is a little tank full of whatever fluid you'd be asking them to burn. We're going to fill up that with lava. On the right hand side, outside of the little box inside, you'll see something that looks like some blue stuff going through a tube, and that gives you the current energy output. Right now it's outputting nothing. It has a maximum power of 80 RF per tick, and it tells you exactly how much energy is being stored. Both of them are like that. The leadstone energy cell, if you click on that, has max input, max output controls, so that if you want to limit how much it will output at any given time, you can. And the center bar tells you how much is in there. The little gear in the green box on the right is configuration, and that lets you change all these faces on what they will or won't do.
Okay.
In just about everything in thermal expansion, when it comes to power, blue is input, orange is output. If you shift and left click on the face, it defaults to every slot being nothing. It won't accept power of any kind, and in fact, if you look, these conduits now no longer are linking to the cell.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the left side blue, because that's going to input power, and the right side orange, so that it'll output power. So it'll take in power from your engines and put power into our machines. This face of it, the one that's facing us, is a graphical representation of how much power is in there. And if you hover over it, Wayla will tell you how much power is actually inside of there.
Okay.
Now, what we can do to start with is just grab a bucket of lava and right-click right on the engine. And it automatically, smartly, puts that lava right into that engine until it's full, which is 4 buckets worth. And that's how I'm going to start with this, is just bucket up some lava and pop it in there.
Oh yeah, there goes the dynamo.
Yep. And I don't remember. All right. So
One on the left isn't doing much.
all of that power is going straight into the energy cell, or at least it should be. It's interesting that it's... Do I have that backwards? Is it orange is input? No, I don't think so. I think orange is... Oh, that's probably why. It's probably actually putting power into this one on the right. The one on the left probably is too. And once it's full, it might go into... I don't know. I don't know why the leadstone energy conduit isn't work. Oh, that's why. Because I already had set to output, duh. So it's filling up these 2 machines.
Okay.
Now that those are
Yeah,
full...
there's the power.
Yeah, now that those are actually full, because each of these now holds 48,000 and 24,000 RF respectively. So that was just 60,000 RF we just made in that short of time.
Wow.
You can see how quickly it's going up inside of the leadstone, inside of the battery now.
I'm just gonna pretend like I know how much RF does for us.
RF is actually one of the better power modes that have ever been installed in a Minecraft mod. In tales of old, each mod had its own power system, and there was really no way to transmit between them, okay? In just about every mod that's out there now, with the exception of like 1 or 2, every machine will take Buildcraft Megajoules, Thermal Expansion's Redstone Flux, or there's a couple of other power systems. But basically, they treat and they can understand the power system from everything. And Redstone Flux was really universal and really instrumental to getting to that point, and getting to a point where all of them accepted everything. But now we have machines over here. So if you click on the pulverizer, you'll notice that it has a really similar config, just like the other 2 machines.
Mm-hmm.
That's not coincidental. They're all from the same mod. But if you click on the config, that's where the really important part comes in. You'll notice that inside the UI, some of these have colors. Well, the colors in the config correspond to the colors in the UI. So as I change things, you'll notice some slots getting different colored. Okay?
Yep.
Now, what I can do is on the right, we can set the output to go to the right of the machine, which is what's shown in this config, which means that if I then configure the furnace to put blue on the left, anything we pulverize will immediately get fed into the furnace and get smelted. Which means it will do all the grinding and smelting all for us. Which is pretty cool.
Definitely.
Further than that, further than that, we can even put down a chest to the right of this furnace, set the output of the furnace to the right, and it will dump all the freshly smelted stuff in here and not get clogged.
Okay.
If we wanted to, we could put something like a hopper or something on top of the pulverizer and automatically feed in, but for now, I don't think we really need it. It's pretty much enough that it's going to do this for us, and we're not going to run into any big issues.
Like that little LED display on the energy cell. That's amusing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that it just kind of gives you that info. So just as an example, I'm going to grab, let's say a stack of iron ore that's in here. And that's going to give you an idea of how fast these things work.
All right.
So I'm going to grab a stack of iron ore. I'm just going to toss it in the pulverizer. And now if you look at it, it's burning 40 RF per tick, and it just ground one up. And it would have just output one into the furnace, which is now working. And now it's smelting them down at 20 RF per tick into bars. End of the day, if you click on the chest, you'll see we're making a bar just about once every 5 seconds or so.
Man, and with the grinder, you had to wait for
The grinder,
8 turns, was it?
8 turns, which turns up being about 24 seconds, 24 to 32 seconds.
Yeah, that's a significant improvement. Assuming we can keep up the supply of lava.
Which shouldn't be an issue because I'm going to build another machine that's going to help with this. And this one's going to be, again, from thermal expansion. This one's called an igneous extruder. And that requires glass and a piston and a pneumatic servo. A pneumatic servo is a new piece. Pneumatic servos we're going to get very accustomed with, I can almost assure you. Because pneumatic servos get used in a lot of piping networks and piping systems.
All right.
They let you configure what pipes will and won't do, which if you do anything with pipes, you'll find out very quickly is a very useful thing to be able to control. Because you can use them to make pipes filter their inputs and their outputs. So you can make kind of sorting systems.
Well, while you're working on that, I'm going to go ahead and make that blood altar. Let's see, do we still have stone? Yes, we do. That goes there, that goes there. Diamond. Blood altar. Are you still there?
Yep, I am still here. I was trying to keep quiet while you were explaining your stuff as to not cross over.
Gotcha.
But that is amazing and terrifying.
Oh yeah, I should probably grab that book that explains.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be needlessly spilling blood.
Oh, so you're not a bloodthirsty monster, you're just a blood-hungry monster?
There's a purpose to the madness.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put that blood altar over there on the tower.
Alrighty. No resting. I gotta get started right away.
Use those leftover ladders.
Alrighty. This extruder.
Gotta tell you, these boats are a lot harder to control than they are in vanilla Minecraft.
Yes they are. Alright, so for the guys who are watching my screen, you just appeared to have teleported back to me. And now you're gone. Well, that's very interesting. For the guys watching my screen, what I'm doing right now is I have set up the igneous extruder here. The igneous extruder with water and lava will make infinite cobblestone at a rate of 1 cobblestone per tick. which is about 1 every 2 seconds. So dumped a bottle of water in there, dumped a bottle of lava. It's now on, and it's going to just make cobble. What I also put on here are some item ducks, which, since I've set the bottom to export, will now put that cobble that it just made back into and top off all of our crucibles.
The blood altar is in place. Let's take a look at that book. Okay, making your blood boil. Craft blood altar. Rewards. Sacrificial knife and divination sigil. Okay.
That sounds terrible. I mean, it sounds amazing, but it sounds terrible. So now you're a knife-wielding maniac, is what you're saying.
Ah, I should have brought a bed with me. Maybe did we take all the beds from this tower?
No, there's lots of beds in that tower. There's a lot of people in there you haven't killed yet.
Well, I don't intend to go to the areas where there are still tritons wandering around. Okay, here's a bed. I am in the bed. Hopefully this doesn't jump me outside when I get up.
Oh man, that'd be funny if you start drowning.
It's kind of cramped in here. Okay, still alive. Alright, so we gotta figure out what to do with this sigil. I can kind of guess what the knife is for. Blood orbs or blank slate?
I would hope that you could kind of guess what the knife is for.
Blood orbs are items that can be used to store life points in your network. The amount of life points in your network can be checked with the divination sigil. LP is used for most items in this mod to work. Bad things happen when you run out of LP when using an item. That sounds good.
That sounds like you might sacrifice yourself if you run out of life points. And to that, I would laugh.
It might happen. Okay, so I gotta craft a weak blood orb. Gotta start somewhere.
And on my end, I have moved the tanks near to the magmatic dynamos, and I'm now hooking up pipes that will automatically route lava from the crucibles when it's ready over to the tank. Oh, but I ran out of pipes. Make more pipes. Always more pipes.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
one disadvantage of doing my stuff over there is all of our stuff is across the sea.
Yep. I kind of was wondering how long that one was going to set in, but I didn't take as long as I thought it would. Alright, so I got some pipes here. Which, it's right over a hole. It's not the best, but I'm not that worried about it.
I can't believe we have 33 diamonds.
Yeah, we found a lot of diamonds actually in some mining off camera. It's... yeah.
Yeah,
We found...
that shaft over there turned out to be really helpful in getting diamonds.
Actually way more than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. We'll go grab a couple of materials. And then, nope. It worked great.